Elle Valentine, sponsored by Pats Fan BE. First time ever matchup. Bell sounds officially underway.
What is this with the drink in her hand? Why did the referee take that from her? As Elle Valentine, known to imbibe in the energy drink, she drinks them like Rich drinks beer.
Is that what Rich is tonight?
I told you, he was on a week-long brewery tour, but then throwing what was left of that energy drink can, and now Ivy making her pay for it.
Unloading the heavy artillery very quickly was Ivy Malibu being disrespected by Elle Valentine. And now let's see if she can put that power to use. Seems to be pretty nimble as well. A great drop kick taking her opponent off her feet for a second time. You can just tell with that stance, she's here to fight.
She is here to fight, very athletic base, very strong. But the thing about Elle Valentine that she needs to be very careful about is that Elle is crafty, knows how to move around, hold on, excellent with ring positioning, and that goes a long way. You may not have the best offensive base, but if you can position in the ring properly, you're going to do a lot of damage.
Ivy Malibu, a graduate from the Nightmare Factory training. Got to be careful. Trying to find an escape in the ropes, and now just muscling her opponent over. And that's smart. Like you said, Elle Valentine, very aware of where she is in the ring at all times. So for Ivy to wrestle her away from the ropes, we know that Elle is going to have to try and find an escape. She's not just going to be able to get to the ropes and force the official to break the hold.
You talked about Ivy coming a long way for this matchup here tonight. One of the most underrated things of our sport is you go to a different area, the rings are just a little different. And you saw that come into play with Ivy Malibu trying to do something she's probably done 100 times in her own ring back home. Wasn't able to pull it off. Elle took advantage, but now Ivy making that cover. And it's those small things that can make a difference.
Absolutely. High impact maneuver with that backstabber. I mean, you know, the ring that you train in, the ring that you are accustomed to wrestling in. I mean, these are all different factors that, you know, people at home probably never think about, but we see the agility out of Elle Valentine just muscling her opponent with that power slam. Not enough impact to put Malibu down.
Big power slam, nicely executed, and now she is going to go to work, flattening Ivy Malibu in the center of the ring. There was an audible gasp by this crowd.
And she went to work. It's almost time to clock out.
As it was on the money, and Elle, you can see it written on her face. She has a mean streak about her that comes out when it gets to the nitty-gritty of a contest.
Now looking to send Malibu face first into the buckle. Boot across the chest, maybe the throat. The official making sure there's not going to be any cheating going on in this contest, but there's a big difference between bending the rules and breaking the rules, as we know, Paul. I think we've got the best officiating team in all of wrestling here at Wrestling Open.
Referee Bill Thompson stepping in right there, making sure that a break happens, but Elle also knows not only ring positioning, but timing in that corner. You can take as long as you want up until that 5 count. She takes every single sliver of that time.
Got to be careful not to get to the 5 count, though, getting disqualified. But like you said, knows the rules of professional wrestling, likes to exploit them to her benefit. Snap suplex sending Malibu over, crashing down on her spine, trying to roll in her position for a pin.
Elle makes the cover. Ivy Malibu coming a long way for this chance, not going to give it up quite yet, as this crowd starting to rally behind the debuting Ivy Malibu, but Elle wants to make her spot here at Wrestling Open a little more permanent.
Definitely. Elle Valentine, over the past couple months, she's competed for Wrestling Open 3 times total. She's come up short in each of those matches. So you think a victory here tonight is probably going to earn her a more regular spot on the roster. That could be easier said than done. And now just driving the knee to the side of the temple, Ivy Malibu. Nothing pretty about that, but certainly effective.
And of course, Elle Valentine would fit right in with the Brats. Maybe not personality-wise, but the way they move about the ring and they go about their business.
Absolutely. That's all that Shannon Levangie and Paris Van Dale need is more. Rob Van Dam. Paris Van Dale need is more allies.
You all right?
You know, you got me doing announcing. You got me doing whatever Rich does. I don't know.
I didn't do anything. You just show up and do things, as Elle Valentine looking to pick up that victory.
I may have been dipping in that secret stash in the cooler that he keeps in the bag, so.
Well, Rich Palladino, we'll see you back here soon, as Elle Valentine looking to send Ivy Malibu packing back home, pick up a victory, and really continue to impress open officials. But Ivy Malibu, she's not done yet.
Well, Valentine's been grinding out Malibu as best as she can, but you never know we're going to catch that second win, and it looks like Malibu, a great kick, sends her opponent to the corner, comes charging in, and now sending Valentine tumbling to the mat with that face buster.
Hits that X Factor, back on her feet, looking for more. Drills her face first into the mat. Is that all? No. Out at 2, says referee Bill Thompson, and Ivy Malibu is going to need a little more if she wants this trip to pay off.
I was going to say, you're going to need more than a flurry of offense to put Elle Valentine down. Maybe looking for a flying head scissors. The power proven to be too much, just tossed aside.
Tossing her out of the way, saying, nuh-uh. Maybe going to follow it up with a little more, hits a spear. And now, not done, wants a little bit more.
Full control of her opponent, got her up, and sends her over a very high angle of that Northern Light suplex into the bridge. That's the end of Ivy Malibu.
The time of the fall, 5 minutes, 57 seconds. Your winner, Elle Valentine.
That is definitely going to put her more on the radar for continued visits here to Wrestling Open. A win is a win, DC, and that was a big one for Elle Valentine.
Absolutely. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Evan Zalios and Pat's Fan BE for bringing us that matchup. So much more still to come tonight, including TJ Crawford one-on-one with Fancy Ryan Clancy, the finals of the Jumbo Grand Prix.